What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name's Aiko. Let's talk about Orisa. She's the newest hero in Overwatch, and she's even coming to the competitive scene starting next week. She seems to be kind of a mutt in the sense that I see a lot of influence from other heroes within her design. We relate her to Zarya and Reinhardt, of course, but I even see Diva and Ana characteristics and more within her. I think having something to compare to really helps understand the new situation we're in, so let's take her skill by skill to see if she's actually any good by comparing her to the other heroes. So first off, we're gonna look at something rather simple. So let's look at her damage. I looked at a few heroes in which to compare her damage to. So, Orisa has a damage of 12. And if you know anything about the recent nerf to Ana, her damage was reduced from 80 to 60 for a number comparison. But let's compare our newest tank's damage to our original tank's damage. So let's look at Diva. Diva's damage ranges from 0.6 to 2. Reinhardt's hammer hits at 75. And Roadhog has a damage of 2 to 9 per pellet at 25 pellets per shot. Now, Mercy's pistol has a damage of 20, which is fairly close to Orisa's damage of 12. So, Orisa's damage is slightly weaker than Mercy's gun, but Orisa's rate of fire is over double that of Mercy's. Let's also not forget the difference of ammo size, which is 130. Now, let's look at her first ability, Halt. Halt is that ability that people have been comparing to a mini graviton surge from Zarya. Orisa's Halt has a radius of 7.5 meters, which is comparable to Winston's barrier, which is 5 meters. So, when using Halt, pay attention to the yellow line that beams from the projectile. This yellow line shows who will be affected by the CC once detonated. Halt detonates manually, so you can control when it goes off, and if not, when it collides with another object, it will detonate by itself. When I was playing Orisa, I felt like the projectile was a little slow at 20 meters per second, but maybe I'm just not used to her. Either way, it's still twice as fast as Symmetra's energy ball at 10 meters per second. Next up, we got Fortify. Fortify provides a damage reduction by 50% for 4 seconds. I like to think of it as like a half-ass nano boost from Ana, since her ultimate provides the same damage reduction at 50%. Question, let me know, do these two stack? Like, can Orisa use Fortify and also get nano boosted and get a massive damage reduction, or does it not stack with each other? Let me know in the comments down below, because that's something I'm curious to know about myself. I don't think it does, but enlighten me, guys. Fortify seems to be a pretty good ability. The 10-second cooldown seems to be appropriate because she's a real monster with Fortify up. I'm not even kidding, she's a tank with that shit. For her last basic ability, we'll look at her protective barrier. Orisa's barrier has a health of 900, whereas Reinhardt's shield is capped at 2000 and Winston's at 600. Its duration lasts exponentially longer than Winston's and even has a shorter cooldown by 1 second. She really seems to be able to Hail Mary these suckers too, look at that. Finally, her ultimate, Supercharger is what it's called. Supercharger increases your team's damage to anyone in its 25 meter radius by 50%. Similarly, again, like the damage boost from Ana's Nano. Orisa's ult also has a similar charge amount at 1,725, where Ana sits at 1,650. Although, I do believe most heroes vary in the speed in which ultimates are gained. I can see Orisa's ultimate being very influential when fighting. It's almost a game changer ultimate, like Ana's Nano boost, because in the right situation, when Ana boosts the right hero, typically they'll win the fight. I see the same thing happening with this ultimate. It seems like an utter game changer and utter fight winner. Finally, I'm gonna wrap up some final thoughts on her. I think it's worth mentioning that she does have 200 armor like her fellow tanks, Diva and Reinhardt. Also, I have a question. Does her body shape make her hard to hit? Most heroes tend to take the shape of a rectangle or an oval perhaps, but does her L-shaped body play a large role in her hitbox and how easy it is to actually land your shots on her? What do you guys think about that? Lastly, I want to remind everyone that I am not an expert at Overwatch, so if something is slightly off, don't hate me. I haven't had much time on Orisa as I'd like to. I'm just a person, so, you know, if I made mistakes, I apologize now. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the newest hero, Orisa. How excited are you guys for her to drop into competitive? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear all your thoughts on her, so leave it in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with me there too. And until next Thursday, I'll see you guys then. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, guys.